Nalin Kohli is debating tonight with an aggressive Gaurav Bhatia and a sheepish Sanjay Jha, and Aarti Jairath joins us on the debate. Now, one second. No, that's. I presume you'd be sheepish.
Not at all.
That's the least, given what you did. So, should we open up to debate? By the way, the first question goes to the sheepish Sanjay Jha, and then we open up. And I don't know what you're smiling about, Gaurav Bhatia, because all that you've done is look at Narasimha Rao's contribution from a unidimensional perspective.
I'm smiling on the terminology that you are using for every panelist, Arnab, and nothing more.
Thank you very much. It's still a democracy. My first question to Sanjay Jha tonight is till the Samajwadi Party takes over, I presume. First question.
Let me make Mr. Goswami squeamish today.
No, you don't have to make me squeamish. Let me just tell Mr.
I think
Sanjay
Mr.
Jha.
Arnab Goswami is the adjudicator.
Thank you very much. You know what happens when politicians club together? They usually lose.
Right.
Now, anyway.
Chief Justice Arnab Goswami.
Thank you very much. Yeah. The question goes to Sanjay Jha. You see, Sanjay Jha, all you need to do...
clubbing.
Okay, one second. No, one second. Okay, we come to the debate now. Now, Sanjay Jha. All you need to do, I presume you've read Sanjay Baru's book. Sanjay Baru's book talks about how Narasimha Rao was denied, even in his death, a place of honor. Even in his death, a place of honor. He was denied he was humiliated even after his death. His body was remains were not allowed into the AICC headquarters, according to some people. Denied state honors by his own party. His name was recommended for the Bharat Ratna, but even though Manmohan Singh agreed, the proposal never saw the light of day because there was an attempt to push out and wipe out Narasimha Rao's contribution. So, can you please tell all our viewers how you feel today that the BJP is now prepared to do for Narasimha Rao what you didn't or should have done?
Okay, let me answer.
Yeah, please.
First and foremost, for the former Prime Minister of the Congress party, who is hugely respected within the party, there was a memorial made where he was cremated as per his choice. There is a samadhi, there is a memorial at Hussain Sagar in Hyderabad, and it was made in the year 2008. And I want to point out a glaring contradiction here. It was the BJP government, Arnab, led by Mr. Vajpayee, when Mr. Jagmohan was the urban development minister in 2000, who passed a law, which was a cabinet decision, that no separate samadhis will be allowed in Delhi.
So what about Sanjay Gandhi? How did Sanjay Gandhi get a samadhi? Can you kindly tell the viewers watching how Sanjay Gandhi's contribution to... question please.
This is the year 2000.
I want to know.
This is the year 2000.
But that doesn't mean we can't discuss the emergency. I want to ask you how... One minute. The one person called Sanjay Gandhi whose only contribution... Sanjay Gandhi's only contribution to Indian political and public life has been his role in the emergency.
He gets a memo. We are not discussing Sanjay Gandhi.
Are we not allowed to discuss Gandhi?
No, and if you want to discuss Sanjay Gandhi, ask that to Nalin Kohli.
I am asking you.
Malika Gandhi is part of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Listen. Answer my question.
Let me answer.
Answer my question. Why did you make him a persona?
I think it's important for the viewers of Newshour to know certain tangible facts. We just started the discussion right now. Let's put the facts in perspective and let them decide. Under Mr. Jagmohan as the urban development minister and the Vajpayee government endorsed this cabinet decision that no separate samadhis will be made in Delhi for any future national leader. Okay? And if you remember, Arnab, last year, when Chaudhry Charan Singh's case came up and Ajit Singh at that point of time said, let's have a memorial for him where he was staying, in fact, the connections, electricity and water were cut. Just 1 minute. And by the way, Mr. Arun Jaitley himself said no memorial should be allowed. No. So now the question comes up, if there's a decision which has already been taken, which has been endorsed...
Were the Gandhis unfair to Narasimha Rao?
1 minute.
Let me know. Answer the question. Have the Gandhis...
Now, one last point, Arnab, and then we can discuss
your points are becoming very long.
1 minute. Dr. Manmohan Singh and our government took the call that we should make one permanent place, which is called
please let others come in.
1 minute, where all...
You said 1 minute about 100 times now.
Because you have interrupted me for 55 seconds.
No, because you need to now let the others...
And therefore, my last point, in one permanent
site, are you making a speech?
We will have national leaders, monuments...
Sir, are you making a speech on
the program? So that is the fact of life. There's no need to be very intense and acrimonious on this debate.
Right.
Prime Minister Narasimha Rao was a leader who liberalized India. And if the Bharatiya Janata Party wants to make a memorial by changing the policy, we welcome that. But please make a consistent policy for all national leaders of the future.
I don't understand. I don't understand tonight why the Congress party is going so red-faced about making Narasimha Rao a persona non grata. No, I'll get the BJP's response here. Is this about making a point to the Congress party? Is this about embarrassing the Gandhis? Is it about telling the Gandhis that, look here, why you tried to make him a persona non grata? You denied him a state funeral. You didn't even let him its body into the All India Congress Committee meeting.
Nonsense.
You turned down the family's request for a site to bury him in the capital. You did not give him a Bharat Ratna.
I condemn that.
Manmohan Singh wanted to give him a Bharat Ratna.
Sanjay Baru is not an authority on historical facts. He had a pretty slanted political view. We all know it. We all know that. Sanjay Baru's book, by the way, is far from anything authentic that we should be discussing.
I don't expect you to say anything else, please. Nalin Kohli for the first rebut. Long overdue first rebut. Nalin Kohli, please come in, and then we'll square off with Gaurav Bhatia. Nalin, are you trying to make a point?
Well, first of all, look at the irony. Look at the irony. Prime Minister Narasimha Rao ushered in liberalization through his finance minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, who then went on to become one of the longest serving non-Congress prime ministers, 10 years, from 2004 to 2014.
What do you mean by non-Congress
and during that
prime
entire
minister?
period, Mr. Jha has spoken
non-Congress prime minister?
About this or that, but he never mentioned why.
Why? What kind of facts are
it's
you
basic decency, Mr. Jha. It's only basic decency if I hear. If I hear you, you hear me out without disturbing me.
He meant non-Gandhi.
And we are not in the emergency. It ended in 1978. Okay? Let me just finish. So therefore, okay, fair enough. Non-Gandhi. Please pick your points. I'll also come on the Gandhi family last. So therefore, let's go one by one. That Dr. Manmohan Singh, as the Prime Minister for 10 years from the Congress party, did not deem it fit that even in the shared memorial space, the former Prime Minister of India, who ushered in liberalization, saved India from the brink of economic collapse when we had to mortgage our gold, should find some modicum of decency and remembrance. Number two, look at what the Congress party's arguments are. You can have a memorial for anyone and have a separate memorial as long as it's someone from the Gandhi family. But the minute a Prime Minister was outside the Gandhi family, who had claim for his work, who had no claim for his background, they decided to relegate him to the past.
I believe.
Pushing him aside.
One minute. Now I'm going to go across to Samajwadi Party. And by the way, don't get provoked with the reality here. A question goes once again. A question goes once again to the viewers. A question goes once again from the viewers.
We are not. On the record, I'm saying we are not. Just one sec, Mr. Goswami. We are not seeking to embarrass the Gandhi family. We have no interest to doing so. They perhaps do a good job for themselves. The Congress can do a good job on that. We don't need to do that.
Can I come in now?
Who banned your RSS, who had serious strictures against the RSS. We saw how you tried to politicize a great historical figure.
When he was the Prime Minister of India, and we recognize him for this, we don't look at history from whether we like it or we don't. We don't look at history whether we like it or we don't. That is the Gandhi, as in the Nehru-Gandhi family way of looking at it. That we will discuss Prime Minister Nehru's other issues, but we won't discuss his rather public issues in personal space.
So I mean, hold on, Mr. Jha.
I request Sanjay Jha to be careful.
We acknowledge.
One second, gentlemen. I request.
You can't talk me out on facts.
I request Sanjay Jha to be careful of what he is saying, because he has just said, Aarti Jarat, that it is a narrow political parochial interest of the BJP to have a memorial for Narasimha Rao.
No, I'm not saying about that. I'm saying it is against the national interest.
He says it is against the national interest to have a memorial for Narasimha Rao because it embarrasses him.
I'm saying the BJP always has a political angle in every decision it takes, like they try to politicize.
To the Samajwadi Party now. 1 second. Aarti, I'm going to come to you last. To the Samajwadi Party.
The Congress Party is
to the Samajwadi Party. To the Samajwadi Party.
Absolutely. So even now, the chintan that's taking place by the August leader is for the sake of altruism.
Mr. Nalin Kohli was talking about the...
So let's skip the budget session.
Come in now.
I need to figure out what's happening in the rest of the world.
Nalin, now you see, my problem is not, no, one second.
More concrete.
My problem is not with the fact that you're a politician and have to look at everything in a political spin. I'm a realist about it, Sanjay Jha. My problem is with the narrow prism of your vision these days. You would say that there's a direct connect between the Babri Masjid demolition and Narasimha Rao, and you are saying that the BJP is doing this for Narasimha Rao because he was the architect of the Babri Masjid demolition. How shallow your observations are. Because no, that's the Gaurav Bhatia. That's Gaurav Bhatia. That's the Samajwadi Party. Yeah. Narasimha Rao was the mastermind and orchestrator, of the 91 economic reforms. He was the one who asked the president to be ready for nuclear tests in 1996, even though Vajpayee did it 2 years later. He was the prime minister who ensured that India had full diplomatic relations with Israel in 1992. He redefined the way in which India looked at land reforms when Andhra Pradesh in the 1960s undertook a series of measures to ensure the strict implementation of land ceiling acts in present-day Telangana. And by the way, for the record, he was exonerated by the Liberan Commission in regard to the Babri Masjid case. You want to confess ignorance tonight? You can, Gaurav. You want to confess you were ignorant tonight when you made those comments? You can do so.
I just want to say that Mr. Nalin Kohli was talking about irony, and it's so ironical that BJP is coming up with a proposal for building a memorial for Mr. Narasimha Rao. And I can tell you this, that this is not because they value the contribution of Mr. Narasimha Rao. There is an ulterior motive. The politics is becoming shallow day by day, whether it is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel or whether it is Mr. Narasimha Rao. There is a point that the BJP is trying to make, that wherever Congress has faulted in honoring their own leaders, we would step in and we would try to tell everyone, see,
so
we are even honoring the Congress leaders. No,
what's wrong?
It's not about... I can go on the merits, Arnab, but no, what is wrong is this, Arnab, that the politics has now come to this, that you're not doing things on merit,
no,
but
on
you
merit.
are rather driven by political motives.
Therefore, Gaurav, on merit you are saying, and say so, you are saying on merit. You are saying on merit, Sanjay Gandhi, 1 second, allow me to complete.
Yeah.
You are saying tonight, and people please vote on what this, what the politicians on the panel are saying using the hashtag Rao Memorial. You are saying that just a minute. You are saying that on merit, Sanjay Gandhi deserves an honor for being the architect of the emergency, or rather the beneficiary of the emergency.
No, you are getting Sanjay Gandhi. I think
you are saying Sanjay Gandhi on merit.
Sanjay Gandhi probably qualified because for the Congress, the Gandhi dynasty is very important.
Exactly.
And he happened to be a member of the Gandhi dynasty. I never said that he deserved to have a memorial under his name. I am saying that there has to be merit in the decision and it should not be driven by political considerations. And we should not forget that the Babri Masjid demolition also happened during the regime of Mr. Narasimha Rao, and there are many facts which would show that somewhere Narasimha Rao
are you saying that there is no merit in honoring Narasimha Rao? Is Gaurav Bhatia saying that there is no merit in honoring Narasimha Rao?
I am saying that there are shades of grey. There are shades of grey.
Not a single member of your panel has so far had the grace to acknowledge the contribution that Narasimha Rao has made. Not
Mr. Narasimha Rao's entire political career has shades of grey. He had achievements and there has been great lapses as well.
Has paid only politics so far, has raised technical reasons to not honor Narasimha Rao, not one word of acknowledgement for the contribution that Narasimha Rao made, for the challenges he faced, for his steering the Congress party through perhaps its most difficult period when it had lost Rajiv Gandhi. He took over the reins of the government, steered India through its perhaps most challenging period, both externally and internally, and not one word of acknowledgement from anybody, Not one word of acknowledgement.
And by the way, by the way, I want to add to that. I want to add to that.
I started by saying one of the most respected leaders of the Congress party. And by the way, the Congress party doesn't need to take lessons from others as to how we need to respect our leaders.
Don't make an open show of arrogance, please.
We don't have to be demonstrative the way others wish to see it. The bottom line is, and I said so at the very beginning, Aarti, you can't say technical. There are laws in this country.
But at least one word.
There's governance in this country that I see you crying horse about very often. Why does as far as the erection of a samadhi was concerned, there is one in Andhra Pradesh.
Don't get technical, Sanjay Jha. Don't get technical.
Hussain Nagar, he wanted it.
You name roads after Madhav Rao Scindia.
You are aware.
One at a time.
You are aware how Mr. Narasimha Rao has been ignored in the Congress.
You issued
can't deny that, Sanjay Ji. At least on fact.
No, one second. Aarti, one second. Sanjay, 1 minute. No, 1 second, please. 1 second, please. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Not everyone together. I'm stepping in here. And I'm only going to make one point here. To the hypocrisy.
I don't know why is talking in front of my face.
To the absolute.
One point.
No, it's not going to hurt you. The point is. 1 second. No, 1 second. 1 second. No, you will not take the debate in the direction which you want. I want you to admit tonight.
You are the anchor.
I want you to at least admit tonight on the program you treated him cruelly. You have one rule for Gandhis and one rule for others. You made him a persona non grata. You refused to recognize him. Look at your party's website. There is a cursory mention there. Cursory mention of Narasimha Rao despite him being the pioneer of bold economic reforms. But in contrast, Sanjay Jha, all that you need to do, Indira Gandhi's 42nd Amendment, which single-handedly robbed the citizenry of its democratic rights, is virtually eulogized. You are selective in the way you look at your history. You have a twisted reading of Indian history.
Have you read the Congress party's manifesto in every year? The Congress party starts in many cases saying that the economic liberalization that brought about the transition of India's growth happened during the time of Dr. Manmohan Singh as finance minister, led by Prime Minister Narasimha Rao. That has never been denied. That has always been acknowledged. And we have said so on multiple
No.
Mr. Goswami, I want to make a few points, please.
I need to contradict you. I need to contradict you. One second. Sanjay, please stop. Sanjay, please stop. I need to contradict you.
Any member of the Gandhi family go to his funeral?
No. As a question, Aarti, go ahead. Aarti, 1 second. Aarti, what's your question? No, 1 second. Aarti, what's your question? What's your question, Aarti?
Goswami, may I just please come in for a couple of points?
I think
nobody went to his funeral. No member of the Gandhi family ever attends any birth anniversary meeting or death anniversary meeting. There's no portrait of Narasimha Rao in the AICC office.
Absolutely true.
I mean, you have not done anything to honor him. There's no portrait of Narasimha Rao in Parliament House.
A blanket sweeping generalization, Aarti, I won't accept that.
What do you mean wild allegations? What is wild allegations?
Gaurav, I take strong objection to you using...
Sanjay, you don't have any answers to my questions, so you're accusing me of making wild allegations.
Of course I do, because I can tell you something.
Answers.
I don't think you are privy to the internal workings of the Congress party and the relationships that exist. And I need to tell Gaurav Bhatia, there's a grey area. Let me tell you, Gaurav, the fact of life is today there's a Supreme Court notice gone on the Babri Masjid demolition conspiracy to L.K. Advani, to Murli Manohar Joshi, to Uma Bharti, to Kalyan Singh and many other people. Does that need to be
Would you like to discuss about 1975 emergency?
No, by the way, let me tell you, Kalyan Singh gave an affidavit to the Supreme Court of India
happy to discuss anything. Would you like to discuss about the
if three people, can we just put two on the screen and adjust the audio? 1 second, please. Two at a time. 1 second.
We can discuss.
1 minute, please. Gaurav Bhatia, wait your turn.
Look, how many things? If you want to go to history, I'm happy to do a discussion on history.
All right.
No, okay, watch it. We want to do a discussion on history. Sanjay Jha, wait your turn.
Mr. Goswami, I have 3 points to make. Was not spontaneous. It was
Mr. Goswami,
pre-planned,
either you
it was
please call Mr.
orchestrated,
Jha for a monologue,
people came with
put a
tools and
mic in front of
equipment,
him, keep
and
the
we
camera
all
going,
know-
and let
and
the
we all
nation
know who
decide
was
whether they want to hear
responsible for
him.
the Babri Masjid
Just because
demolition.
he's sitting in the
Don't
studio
even
doesn't
try
mean he
and
can
deny it,
monopolize a complete debate.
Nalin, don't even try and deny it.
We all have the decency to sit here.
What do you
We've
mean?
heard all what he has to speak, whether it's based on facts or not.
No, it
Can
is
we
based on
also by
facts. It's the
mistake,
Supreme Court
for the sake of
notice today to
variety,
your tallest
say something
leaders.
in this program?
No, 1 minute.
Or are we here to
I
only
will
listen to what
refuse
Mr. Jha
accept-
would like to
I
give
refuse
in
to
his
accept
pronouncements to the rest
allegations
of the
made
world?
against Mr. Narasimha Rao.
May I just
because
finish my
he was
point?
sitting in Delhi.
May I just
and there was
finish
an
my point? I mean, I know
intelligence
Mr. Jha has
failure,
a job
and
to do. He has to
Kalyan Singh
protect the
misled
Gandhi
Supreme Court of
family.
India.
It's difficult
Kalyan
given the
Singh misled the
circumstances of
Supreme
today.
Court of India.
But
That's
may
a
I
fact.
at least make a point before Mr. Jha tries to outshout
Yes,
me?
Nalin Kohli. No, Sanjay, now you stop,
Viewers
please.
may
You
want
made
to
your
like
point.
and listen
Yeah.
to it.
One second.
No, Mr. Jha,
Just a minute.
Mr. Jha,
Nalin, I'll let you make your point. I just want to read out a little bit here. Because I believe here, and it will not be wrong to say
You
the
please
problem
read out
is
after that as much as you want. You are in any case dominating the show,
the
Mr.
Gandhi
Jha.
family.
You are free to read
the
out. We
Gandhi
know you have
family,
reading
the
skills.
Gandhi
So
family and the Congress party has a problem with Narasimha Rao.
Can I urge you
One second,
to
just a minute.
allow everyone to
Gaurav, a minute,
participate in the
please.
debate?
Gaurav, a
May I
minute,
just
please.
please make a few substantive points?
Can I just 1 minute? A minute, please. One second. The Gandhi family.
1 minute, Gaurav ji. Let me just
1
say
second.
something
This
I
is
haven't
me,
even said
Nalin.
it.
It's not Gaurav. The Gandhi family has a problem with Narasimha Rao.
Oh, sorry.
No, Sanjay, 1 second. Your official party.
But why are
Let
we
me
even
give one bit of
discussing
example.
this? The world
Gandhi.
knows they had
It's
a
like there
problem
is
with
Narasimha Rao's name. Narasimha Rao's name itself. His contribution to India. Right? He was in power for such a long time. What is the honor which has been conferred on him? It's the height of
Mr.
opportunism,
Goswami.
if I may say
Mr.
so,
Goswami.
that you don't give him the slightest of respect and credit all these years. You give Sanjay Gandhi more
Goswami.
credit, more respect than you give to Narasimha Rao. And by the way, Sanjay, I'm going to read out something. Your official party website doesn't credit him for being an inspiration to you. In your official party website, everybody from Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Maulana Azad, K. Kamraj, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Babu Jagjivan Ram, Rajiv Gandhi, everybody is mentioned, but Narasimha Rao is not mentioned. This list even includes the names of people who inspire the Congress party, even includes, if I may say so, the ever absconding young man called Rahul Gandhi. But not Narasimha Rao.
I think
not Narasimha Rao.
You're passing your personal value judgment.
There's no personal value judgment. These are observations.
I completely trash your
This
observation.
is from your website. You can trash it 1,000 times.
That's the view of the Congress party and you need to respect that.
Well, the view of the Congress party is today the Congress party is feeling squeamish, feeling
Not at all.
sheepish.
Mr. Goswami, I want to
feeling
make two or three
cornered on
points,
this one.
please, with your permission.
I now want to go to Nalin Kohli, by the way.
Mr. Goswami.
Nalin Kohli, responding to you, please. Yeah, Nalin Kohli.
Mr. Goswami, no, I haven't made my
No,
point.
my question to you is, appreciate your sentiments.
No, okay, yes.
No, appreciate your sentiments, but will you please answer the question on the political angle that you have in this?
Is that to me?
Yes, of course, to you. Who else to?
Yes, of course. Okay, let's go one by one. Mr. Narasimha Rao also dismissed 4 BJP governments. But is he remembered for that? He is remembered for liberalization. How committed the Congress party is to him? Tell me one speech of Mrs. Sonia Gandhi where she may have eulogized him, thanked him that he brought liberalization, saved the country from the brink of disaster. How many times she has done that?
No, not one.
And she's been president for so long.
No, Nalin, I want to add here.
Like that.
I want to add here in the 125th anniversary of the Congress party in 2009. Right? She didn't even mention Narasimha Rao in her speech. She showered all the credit of the 1991 reforms to Rajiv Gandhi. I will quote here. She says, Rajiv ji is not here to see his dream come true, but he left his personal imprint on the party's 1991 manifesto. That became the basis of our economic policies the 5 years thereafter. These policies imparted
that is true of the Congress policy of the ghost who walks.
So
you may or may not see the leader. Even the young leader today, we don't know where he is, but he's there to guide the party. So that's like Phantom Comics, the ghost who walks.
Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, do you know that?
So Rajiv Gandhi is responsible.
Time India
Interesting
hit the 10%
comment.
GDP
Viewers,
growth
please
rate
note. Viewers, please note.
Prime Minister. No, 1 minute.
Viewers, please note. Congress party is so rattled.
During the time of Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, it took on a traction in 1991-92.
Do you believe what you're saying?
We were facing a severe financial crisis.
Do you even believe what you're saying?
Of course I do.
Do you believe that you're saying here? You are saying here.
I'm a student of political history as much as you are.
Sure you are.
Mr. Goswami, they live in propaganda.
Do you want to do this?
Propaganda. So you can't blame them.
Okay.
They don't live with facts, so don't blame them.
Growth in 1988.
I don't think Sanjay Jha knows his history very well.
I do.
Arnav.
Aarti, why did you?
My God, we are now getting a lesson in GDP growth. And the man who was there to save the country from the brink of disaster, their own party president, Mrs. Gandhi, has never taken his name, never credited him while we talk of GDP before his tenure and after his tenure.
Bharatiya Janata Party, will you stop making these very cosmetic allegations without any substance?
Now, Arnav, can I...
I'm not going to come here with a whole
cosmetic allegations.
But Lalit,
Come on, Mr. Judge, just because you may be using cosmetics, it shouldn't be on your lips when you are speaking to another political
All right, calm down, please. Gaurav Bhatia, I know you want to come in, but I have a question for you. My question to you, Gaurav Bhatia, please listen carefully. If building a memorial for Narasimha Rao, as you say, is an endorsement of the Babri Masjid demolition, this is what the Samajwadi Party's angle is, then can you please inform all the viewers of Newshour tonight what was campaigning alongside Kalyan Singh in 2009, who was Chief Minister at the time of the demolition?
And 2002.
No, one second. Why didn't it stop you, Kalyan Singh, who has been charge-sheeted by the CBI in the Babri Masjid conspiracy case, from campaigning alongside your leader, Mulayam Singh Yadav, in the lead-up to the 2009 elections? Even though he wasn't formally in your party, the fact is a man who has been charge-sheeted for the demolition is campaigning with Mulayam Singh Yadav. I mean, what absolute and utter and unforgivable hypocrisy is this? Gaurav Bhatia, your hypocrisy stands exposed more than anyone else tonight.
I will reply to that.
And in 2002 as well.
I would reply to that.
Yeah.
I wanted to say this, that nobody can deny the fact that he ushered in liberalization.
No, don't change the subject.
At the same time,
don't change the subject.
I'm glad
everybody's changing the subject.
So I'm not changing. I'm coming.
I'm happy.
He's changing the subject. Gaurav Bhatia is trying to escape by changing the subject.
Your question. Yeah.
You're trying to change the subject.
I am not changing the subject. Okay, I'll answer your question first, then you give me some time.
Don't change the subject. Why was Mulayam Singh Yadav campaigning with a charge-sheeted Kalyan Singh, charge-sheeted for the...
Mr. Kalyan Singh apologized for the demolition.
Oh my God.
And that is when he was allowed to share the stage. Kalyan Singh himself said that he had faulted. And it was his mistake and he did not do adequate...
But Kalyan Singh,
Mr. Goswami, I need to come in for a minute.
BJP,
it is only when he apologized that he was allowed to share the stage. He said it was a mistake committed by him.
No, Gaurav.
Okay, gentlemen, one second. I'm saying here 90 seconds in this debate. 90 seconds.
Would be shouting.
90 seconds.
You got your turn.
90 seconds in this debate. I'm only putting a time limit to it. 90 seconds left. Gaurav Bhatia, for once, answer this now.
I expect you to be...
Gaurav will answer, Nalin Kohli will reply, then we wrap it up. Gaurav, 30 seconds, please reply. I've got 60 seconds left. Limited time. Come on, Gaurav. So, I give you one more chance.
The only time when Mr. Kalyan Singh was seen on stage with our leaders was when he apologized for the demolition. But I just want to say that Mr. Narasimha Rao would also be remembered for the blot in his career when Babri Masjid demolition took place, for the godmen he chased. Those are also shades of grey of his personality.
Why do you cannot be forgotten. Did you forget?
Mr. Goswami, may I quickly
Nalin Kohli, rebut. Less than a minute left. Nalin Kohli is rebutting you. Listen to him, please. Yes, Nalin, quickly, please. And by the way, our viewers can give us their point of view on the hashtag.
Mr. Goswami, the point is, what Mr. Bhatia would like us also to remember Mr. Azam Khan for is sending the UP police to rescue his buffaloes. He would also like Mr. Azam Khan for all those great pronouncements, pearls of wisdom that we heard repeatedly from him. So I hope history, while Gaurav is giving a history lesson, I hope he will also please do a history and a historical analysis on how does UP police look for buffaloes but not for criminals, and when the buffaloes are of Mr. Azam Khan. Priorities. I'm glad you have taken it to that level that you feel. Come on, don't be so upset. Don't be so upset. Don't be so upset. It's not my buffaloes or your buffaloes. It is Mr. Azam Khan's buffaloes. And come on, don't feel upset. This was a priority. You must give your minister his due. He's such a senior member of your government. He's the uncle of the chief minister. His buffaloes are a state priority. Education is not. Health is not. Infrastructure is not. Buffaloes are.
Okay, 1 second. Since we have moved,
so it's perhaps a special kind of milk that gives these pearls of wisdom, isn't it?
They're saying please, 1 second, gentlemen. I don't
Because
know.
I'm not
I
saying
don't
it. These
know
are the
why
buffaloes.
every Newshour
But
debate
you
nowadays
history
has to
has
boil
written.
down
They will
to.
also-
1 second. I don't know why every Newshour debate nowadays has to boil down. I don't know why every Newshour debate has to boil down to Rahul Gandhi's disappearance and Azam Khan's buffaloes. There's no 1 second, please. That's no link to what we are debating. 1 second. I thank you all. Is the Congress party feeling touchy? Did Sanjay Jha look sheepish? Tell us your verdict.
Or was Arnab Goswami
Thank you very
squeamish
much.
as ever under the table?
Thank you very much for joining us on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.